Awoken, again, by a rooster that I have yet to find on the farm. 6 a.m., ready to start a new day. Before heading out to check on the farm, I decided to turn on the TV. The viewing options are limited, so I switched the TV to the fortune teller, Welwick's Oracle, who has hidden knowledge of the future. Turns out the spirits are in good humor today and I'll have a little extra luck. I've got mail. A letter from Willie. Whoever that is, apparently wants me to come visit him at the beach. He has a gift for me, perhaps a farm warming present. Guess Robin was right, the soil is fertile. After one day, my seeds are sprouting, so very exciting. As I stood amidst the parsnip crop, watering each plant with care, I couldn't help but reflect on the deep sense of satisfaction and fulfillment that enveloped me. There's something truly magical about nurturing these crops from tiny seeds to healthy, vibrant plants that will eventually end up on the tables of families in our community. As I refilled the watering can and look over the new field, I can't help but smile. Tomorrow, I'll be back here, tending the crops with the same love and dedication, knowing that each day brings us closer to harvest. With renewed energy, I took the morning to work on clearing the farm, hitting bushes, looking for seeds, chopping down trees for wood and sap. After a bit, I decided to return to Pelican Town, perhaps acquire some new seeds, and maybe head down and see Willie at the beach as I was instructed by his letter. After leaving the farm, I see another dandelion. Maybe I'll get lucky and see Penny again. She did seem to like it yesterday. At the front of Pierre's shop on the bulletin board was a new help wanted ad. Haley apparently is in need of some wild horseradish. 150 gold plus her appreciation should I bring her one. I accepted the job and will have to keep an eye out for more horseradish. The new villager Shane was nearby, so I stopped to say hello. He was less than pleasant in his response. While no one was around, I took the opportunity to do a quick peek in the trash cans in the area. This time, all I found was trash. I tried to stop at Pierre's, but I was just a couple minutes early as it was still closed. I tried to figure out what to do to pass the time. I saw a new resident, Maram, who I had yet to meet. She seemed very pleasant, which was a nice change of pace from Shane. Pierre's was finally open and I had some money for seeds. Unfortunately, I did not prepare for this trip very well, as my hands were full and I could only buy 4 bean starter seeds. My plan was to buy a couple of each seed to try some experiments. With my hands full and a little frustrated at my lack of planning, I returned to the farm. I started by tilling a small area for my new green beans. After getting the seeds into the ground, I put away all my supplies I was carrying except for the dandelion. I still had hopes that I would come across Penny again and present her with another flower. With my hands free, I headed back to Pierre's to finish purchasing the extra seeds I was looking to get the first time around. This time, I picked up a couple cauliflower seeds and a couple potato seeds. Unfortunately, I was out of money to buy any kale or flower seeds. Exiting Pierre's, the town center was a bit more lively and a few residents were out doing their daily routines. While I am saving the dandelion for Penny, I did introduce myself to Jody and Emily. Emily suggested I come to the Stardrop Saloon sometime, since that is where she works. Jody seemed genuinely excited to have a new face in town. I can't wait to nurture these newfound bonds further and see where it leads in the realm of genuine companionship. The excitement of meeting new potential partners have reminded me that embracing change opens doors to beautiful possibilities I never knew existed. I'm eager to embrace this journey of growth and discover the joy that awaits on the other side. There on the dock stood Willie, the friendly fisherman, who warmly called out to me. Willie told me about his last month of being out at sea and having bagged a big haul of fish, now had enough to afford a new fishing pole. He generously gifted me his old fishing pole, igniting a spark of excitement within me. With this newfound tool, new potential opened up before my eyes. endless fishing opportunities, hidden treasures beneath the water's surface. Little did I know that this encounter would mark the beginning of a thrilling adventure filled with fishing, treasures, and newfound friendships. Moreover, Willie's shop was now open, and as his old pappy said, if it smells, it sells. So many potentials lay ahead. A farmer, a rancher, fisherman, each path offers its own allure. The life of a farmer promises the joy of nurturing crops and watching them flourish, while becoming a rancher brings the joy of raising animals and creating a thriving homestand. On the other hand, the life of a fisherman offers the excitement of exploring the vast waters and discovering the hidden treasures beneath, all contributing to the enriching journey that awaits me in this charming valley. On the beach lay a mussel, the first I had seen, so of course I picked it up and took it with me. The morning drew to a close, and I still had not seen Penny anywhere. Curiosity got the better of me as I took a quick look into a nearby trash can. Again, nothing this time. I followed the path up the stairs and I saw Haley again looking at the fountain. I approached to say hello. It was a rather odd exchange. I'm not one for fashion, so perhaps I could use some new shoes. It appears that my conversational skills were lacking as Haley seemed to grow disinterested during our brief exchange. It's evident that I need to work on being a more engaging and captivating conversationalist to foster meaningful connections with Haley. Just beyond where Haley stood was a neglected fenced-in area overrun with wild growth. Having discovered mixed seeds earlier among entangled weeds, I seized the chance to clear the tangled mess and see what hidden treasures lay within. I spotted a handful of vibrant daffodils blooming right in front of a dilapidated structure. Regrettably, my hands were full. I will have to return later after I've stowed away my belongings to gather those lovely blossoms. With my hands brimming with a collection of goodies and tasks awaiting my attention, I swiftly made my way back to the familiar embrace of my farm. Upon my return, I eagerly delved into tending the soil to prepare for planting. One stubborn rock didn't stand a chance as I removed it from my way. With the seeds finally in the ground and a generous watering, I can't help but feel a surge of excitement, eagerly anticipating the day when these little seeds will bear fruit. Completing my task, I neatly stashed away all of my materials I had gathered, but amidst the tidying up, I decided to keep a single dandelion, hoping to surprise Penny with it later. I headed back to where those daffodils were blooming, determined to collect them and add them to my collection. There's something rewarding about gathering nature's wonders. As I explored this amazing little town further, I met Demetrius, Maru's father and local scientist, who was out studying the local plants and animals. Not too far from Demetrius was a leek ready for picking. I continued to explore Pelican Town and Stardew Valley and met up with Linus, who seems to be living alone in a tent just north of the town. While his situation may not match my desires, he seems to handle it well. I made my way around what would seem to be another loop and entered at the north end of my farm. Having gathered some more items, I headed to my chest and squirreled away any materials or unique items I discovered. It just seems smart to keep at least one of everything I discover. I put the remaining daffodils into the bin and still kept that one dandelion, so I would be prepared for a chance encounter with Penny. She seems to have stolen a piece of my heart on our first encounter. Back into the town I went. As I explored the town further, I got a chance to meet Sam. We didn't have much to say to each other, but he seemed nice enough, certainly nicer than Shane. I headed across the river to what I would assume is a library or museum, and while it may seem odd, I continue to search the trash for treasures. To my surprise, I found an intact geode. I probably should take this to the blacksmith and he can process it for me and find the secrets inside. I started to make my way back to the blacksmith's location, however I had lost track of time and ran into Clint the blacksmith locking up for the day. I'll have to try to come back another time. Clint did mention if I ever need to upgrade my tools to see him during working hours. There in front of the blacksmith shop sat another shiny trash bin. I had to look. Nothing this time. As the sun began to set on the valley, I made my way back to the farm. It was still a little early and I still had some energy. As I ventured out to clear the stubborn weeds from my farm today, I felt a sense of hope and excitement. I couldn't help but wonder if amidst the tangled mess I might stumble upon some more mystery seeds that hold the potential for new and extraordinary crops. The anticipation of unearthing these hidden treasures is driving me to work even harder. I can't wait to see what surprises await in the midst of those overgrown patches. With eager hands, I carefully planted these seeds amongst the other seeds in my farm, excited to see what wonders they will yield. There's a sense of satisfaction and wonder as I nurture these enigmatic seeds, eagerly awaiting the day they reveal their true nature and grace my farm with their beauty. The day now at a close, I tossed the dandelion into the bed. A tinge of sadness enveloped me as I didn't get to see Penny. I headed back to my chest and put my remaining items away, including my new geode. It was late and time for bed. I must have gained some experience on day 2 as I gained more proficiency with my axe and learned a recipe for a field snack. I awoke on day 3, not to a rooster, but the sound of rain, but again at 6 a.m. Before heading out to the farm, I turned on the TV to Wellick's Oracle. Today it appears the spirits are not in a good mood. More mail. This time, though, it's just an advertisement from Pierre's for a new backpack that would allow me to hold more items. This is definitely on my wish list. I will need to earn a bit more coin first. With the rain taking care of watering the crops, I find that I'll have a bit more time today. I decided to take this opportunity to spend some more time clearing the farm, a chore that seems like it will be ongoing for some time. I did feel a surge of optimism as I ventured into the fresh day on the farm, hitting rocks, clearing weeds, and cutting down trees, become a therapeutic change of pace from the days I spent toiling at Joja Corp. Embracing this new life of farming fills me with a hope and sense of purpose, as every action I take contributes to creating a thriving place to call my own. Back to Pelican Town I headed. I noticed a few weeds growing, and I figured I'd give them a whack. I was hoping for some more seeds, but no luck this time around. I guess the spirits are really angry after all. I must admit, I've developed a rather peculiar habit that baffles even myself. I'm addicted to looking in the trash cans for treasure. With the rain and more time than normal, I cast my fishing line into the flowing river for the first time. The anticipation was almost palpable as I waited, heart pounding for any sign of a bite. When I finally felt that tug on my line, a rush of exhilaration washed over me as I reeled in my very first fish, a 7-inch sunfish, thus marking the beginning of a newfound joy and skill that I can't wait to explore further. Having tried one bridge, I headed to the next and cast my line into the river again. Another hit. Another short battle. This time, it was the fish that would win. I quickly recast my line in hopes of snagging another opportunity. I felt the tug on the pole. I tried to set the hook. This time, nothing. A bit frustrated, I headed towards what I think is the library. Yes, I went to search the trash. There are wonders to behold. Yesterday, I got a geode. Today, I got nothing. I headed to the blacksmith's trash to see if I could find something of worth. I headed back to the town square, and with no one around, I quickly delved into the trash of the saloon. I searched another nearby trash can, and again, nothing. I have a few coins to my name, and I went to check Pierre's shop for more seeds. I guess he is closed on Wednesdays. No crops to plant, nothing to water. I headed out of town and figured I would try and hit a few weeds to see if I could get any more of those mixed seeds. After gathering a couple of seeds, I headed back to the water and decided to continue to try my hand at fishing. I tossed my line into the deep waters, waited, and boom, I got a hit. After a battle between me and the fish, I reeled in a 15-inch chub. I continued to explore the area and I found a few spring onions ready for harvest. Unfortunately, my hands were full, so I decided to eat the green algae, which gave me a little energy boost and allowed me to finish harvesting the onions. Hands full again, I headed back to the farm. Only stopping to clear some weeds in search of more seeds. As I entered the farm, with the energy I still had, I went to work clearing weeds. Now armed with a handful of mixed seeds discovered from clearing away a lot of those pesky weeds on my farm, the soil now ready and waiting, I eagerly planted the seeds. I am beginning to envision a vibrant and prosperous future for this farm. Hard to believe, but a few days ago I was sitting in my cubicle, toiling away. I cleared a portion of the soil next to the lake in hopes that I could plant some spring onions. I am still obviously learning and could not plant them, so I tossed them in the bin, making sure I kept one, the best one, for my chest of goods. Not a bad haul. A few new fish, some fiber, and a unique item in the spring onion. Once I cleared away my items, I headed back to the river. I could hardly contain my excitement as I headed to the river for some more fishing. The anticipation of the tranquil waters, the possibility of reeling in some remarkable catches filled me with pure excitement and eager anticipation. I made my way to a quaint wooden bridge overlooking the river. With my fishing rod in hand, I eagerly cast my line into the water. Another hit, and thus began a new battle. Without flaw, I reeled in a 15-inch bream. Overjoyed, I turned to the other side of the bridge and cast a line as far as I could. It didn't take long before I was engaged in an intense battle with the stubborn fish tugging back and forth on the line. This time, I reeled in a 32-inch shad. Having felt like I caught all that I could at the wooden bridge, I ventured further north, where I stumbled upon a spring boiling with an abundance of fish. I couldn't resist the urge to cast my line once more, eager to experience the thrill of reeling in the unknown. My first cast was short, so I quickly pulled it back and cast again. Instantly, I felt the tug on the line, only to reel in some more green algae. The water still boiling, I cast again, and again, more green algae. Third time is a charm. Fish on, a brief battle, and another chub. The water's still alive with fish, so I cast again, and quickly another fish is on the line. And I reel in a 21-inch carp. The water still boiling, so I again cast the line, and immediately another hit. Without a fault, I snag a 14-inch bullhead. To my surprise, this fishing hole seems to be ready to go, so I cast again, and again, an instant hit. And after a good fight, another chub is landed. This time, though, my hands are full, so I decided to catch and release and put the chub back into the water. As the fish continued to bite and my catch grew, I found myself torn between staying to enjoy this bountiful fishing spot and heading home with my hands full of prized catches. The temptation of more fish versus the practicality of leaving soon left me in a delightful dilemma, but in the end, I headed back to the farm. Once home, I put into my chest any unique items to ensure I had one of everything, and the rest would go into the bin to be sold. While it was late, I still had some energy left and went back to clearing the farm of weeds in hopes of finding more of those free seeds I could plant into my crops. As I finished the day diligently clearing the weeds, uncovering unexpected seeds hidden beneath, the sight of those seeds brought a sense of accomplishment, knowing that with each step, my farm was growing and thriving. Now, very late, placed the last seeds and headed to bed. Today was a triumphant day as I practiced my fishing skills. The joy of progress and the promise of even greater catches lay ahead. This journey is far from over, and I'm excited to continue writing the story of this farm, the story of my life.